Now we're going to practice solving direct variation problems here. If you follow this four-step process, these can be very straightforward to work with. First thing we're going to do is write the general equation that we can infer from our example, knowing that it's a direct variation. So that would be something like y equals kx. Next thing we're going to do is substitute in the information we're given and solve for k. We'll rewrite our equation, y equals 7x, or whatever value of k we found, and then we'll substitute the rest of the information in to answer these questions that were given. This will be very easy to see through example. So we're going to read this. If y varies directly to x and y equals negative 15 when x equals 5, find y when x equals 3. First part here, y varies directly to x, therefore we write y equals kx. That is the general equation. Next thing we do is substitute in information that we're given in the problem. It says y equals negative 15 when x equals 5. So let's plug in y equals negative 15 and x equals 5 and solve for k. So negative 15 equals k times 5. Divide both sides by 5, and k equals negative 3. So now we know our value of k. So let's write the specific equation with that negative 3 value, and that's just going to be y equals negative 3 times x. Because all we did is we took the k value we calculated from the given information, plugged it into that general equation. The last step is it asks us to find y when x equals 3. Plug in 3 for x here, and figure out what y is going to be. Y is going to be negative 3 times 3. Y is going to be negative 9. So the answer to this question is y equals negative 9. Second example here, y varies directly as x. Well, we can actually stop there and go ahead and do our step 1 right away, because the general equation only needs to know that it's a direct variation. So y equals kx. It says y equals 12 when x equals negative 3. Well, they just gave us a test point, and so we can use that to solve for k. If y equals 12 and x equals negative 3 at the same time, we plug both of those in. We get 12 equals k times negative 3. Divide both sides by negative 3, and k is going to be equal to negative 4. For our third step, we use that value of k to plug back into our general equation, and we get y equals negative 4x instead of just simply kx. And then it asks us to find y when x equals 7. Well, if we plug in 7 for x here, we're going to get y equals negative 4 times 7, or y equals negative 28. So the answer to this question is just y equals negative 28.